All right, guys. So once again, we got to talk about the cackling hens on The View. And this time in particular, most of them were sane. Okay, they were in the right state of mind. They weren't giving disastrous takes like they usually do. But I'm gonna tell you, one of them, Joy Behar, gave probably one of the worst takes I've ever heard in my life in response to this Alec Baldwin situation, which you guys should know that he has been charged with involuntary manslaughter for the murder of, the accidental shooting of a director slash cinematographer, Halyna Hutchins, on set of the filming of Rust. Now, again, a decent person in a situation like this would not be trying to defend Alec Baldwin, considering how what we know about the story is that he allegedly took a gun that he thought was cold and he pointed it at somebody and pulled the trigger. According to the FBI, Alec says he didn't pull the trigger, but he just messed up on so many things. And there were reports beforehand that a whole lot of safety precautions weren't being followed on set. There was a whole lot of drama and chaos. It just was not being run properly by somebody who's in charge of the set. And he has to take some type of blame or responsibility for the fact that this woman lost her life, but apparently not to Joy Behar, as she not only defends Alec Baldwin, but she also peddles this insane conspiracy about why he's being charged in the first place. And it is so insane that even the audience and, again, her colleagues, her co-cackling hens, thought that what she was saying was absolutely insane and very far-fetched. Take a look.
He was a producer of story credit, so he had creative involvement, not exactly the job of somebody who would have to check the gun. That's the job of other people. And, you know, as a person who's been in a couple of movies, all you're thinking of is your part when you're an actor. You're not worried. I was not worried that my brazier's going to fall off me or whatever. Somebody else has to worry about that. You're interested in your lines and your character and where am I now and where was I 2 minutes ago. That's it. So I don't really understand what this is about.
I actually strongly agree with the charges. And I have
you disagree with what
I disagree with you respectfully. In the state of New Mexico, involuntary manslaughter means unintentionally killing someone by being negligent. So negligence alone is the standard that you have to meet. Mm-hmm. And there are incredible processes in place. Guns are used, firearms are used in movies every day, and there are processes and steps taken. Mm-hmm. So the prosecutors in this case actually consulted some A-list actors to talk about how they go about handling guns on sets so that something like this doesn't happen. And every one of them said that before they use the firearm, they either double check it themselves or have the expert in charge of the armor show them that it's not loaded and that it's able for use. So there were a bunch of steps.
Hutchinson's family, it's a life lost way too soon.
Of course, that goes without saying.
Yeah, I just feel the need to say that because when people don't hear you say it, they're like, oh, so you're concerned with the case, but not the life lost. First and foremost, that's a tragedy. There are no happy endings to this. And I also, my heart does go out to Alec Baldwin and his wife.
I agree with everything that you're saying about the family, but does it change your opinion that the family agrees that charges should be filed? They said that they did their own independent investigation and they support charges and believe that they are warranted in this incident. So I think we should take into consideration exactly how the family feels.
He didn't check it. He didn't do any of the things he was supposed to make sure that he was safe or that anyone around him was safe. And then he pointed it and he pulled the trigger.
He said he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, but the AD, there's also the one that got the...
Apparently most do, is what, according to the DA, what she said is that they've checked with other actors and accordingly most do. I think we're going to see
how do they
testimony.
do that? How does the actor...
I think you open it up and you
open it up and look to see if there's a live
bullet.
Not live.
You know, the DA who is indicting him, or whatever the legal term is right now, she's a big Republican. I'm only saying this because Alec Baldwin is a target for Republicans. They cannot stand him. Okay, I'm just saying. But I'm not saying anything more than that.
The fact that he was handling the gun, and let's not also forget what George Clooney had to say. What did he say? He was on a podcast and he talks about what he does when he has a gun in his hand, how he opens it, how he shows that there's not any ammunition in the gun. Right. And Alec Baldwin was actually confronted with that statement, and his response in that George Stephanopoulos interview was, "Well, good for him, good for him." And so I think that there's some blame here. Alec is, of course, saying that he doesn't have any blame. And the investigation so far supports that there's enough evidence to charge him.
Yeah, real talk. Real question. Is Joy Behar sleeping with Alec Baldwin? Right? Like, is she? I think she's giving him that guac 5,000. Right? I think that she is in bed with this man, okay? Because that's the only reason, right, I can think of that she would come out here and to give such a vile take like this, right? Or it's either that or the tribalism in politics just has no ethical or moral boundaries, right? Because you're defending a man who, again, at the very least was reckless, okay? It sounds to me like she doesn't even think any charges should be brought against this man when a woman lost her life. She lost her life. This guy broke so many rules that you learn in basic gun safety. Like, for example, even if somebody tells you that a gun is cold, that you're still supposed to check it. You're supposed to check it and see if it's loaded. That is the first thing you're supposed to do. Also, what you're not supposed to do is point a gun at somebody if you don't intend to shoot and kill them, right? You should never point a gun at somebody unless you intend to shoot and kill them. That's it. If you don't intend to do that, then you should not point a gun at somebody. This guy broke so many rules. But yet, Joy Behar literally goes on national television and she's almost, again, defending him as if he's innocent. Like, I mean, does she really think that Alec Baldwin should just walk free? That nobody should, be punished for this? Or does she think that everybody should be punished except Alec Baldwin, right? Who is the one that pulled the trigger according to the FBI? Okay, these are the same people that, claim that, hey, you're supposed to believe the FBI and everything the FBI says, except when it comes to when the FBI says, hey, Alec Baldwin pulled the trigger. Right now, all of a sudden, I don't know. Kind of believe Alec. I don't believe the FBI. The guy's clearly lying. He, at the very least, was negligent and reckless. Who knows? Maybe he had worse intent. Okay, and I think that charges being brought against him is appropriate. Maybe they're too soft. But that this take as insane when all of the other cackling hands on The View, plus the audience, clearly are like, I don't know, right? Like, this is crazy, right? This is crazy what you're saying right now, especially when you are trying to push a conspiracy that he's being charged because the prosecutor or the DA or whoever is a Republican. As if this is politically motivated. When I don't think this has too much to do with politics outside of the fact that, Alec Baldwin is a huge Trump hater. And ironically, he is against, the NRA and, he's, against the Second Amendment. And it just seemed that maybe if Alec had more gun training, maybe this wouldn't have happened, right? Ironically. But, again, this take right here from Joy Behar is probably one of the craziest takes I've heard in my life. Again, they have so many of them that they all just kind of, are the same at this point, right? Again, I don't understand how you go on national television and to try to defend this man and try to pretend like this is some type of Republican conspiracy because, Alec Baldwin is a Hollywood liberal and, they're charging him with, killing this woman because, it's politically motivated when, the dude killed her. I think everybody can agree on that. Again, it's absolutely insane. It just goes to show you how far tribal politics will go. Okay, again, this is insane. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.